I believe there are two versions of all people. There is the hero, the side of us which we jump into action, we do whatever it takes to protect our families, we achieve our goals, whether it's fitness and business. There's a hero within all of us, but I also believe there's this coward within all of us that continuously is just seeking for comfort, whether it's indulging in certain foods, drinking alcohol, whatever it may be, us falling into the fly trap of doing the things that we don't want to do. But I'll do this again tomorrow. I'll mix it up tomorrow, but then tomorrow comes and we're unable to make the changes for the life we want to live. So the battle between the hero and the coward, how do we want to show up today? Additionally, I'm going to give you some questions that really helped me just really nail some of my thinking on this topic, and hopefully it can be a helpful platform for you this morning to have a great day. Cheers, friends. Let's get to the show. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk Terror Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercises to help make you the absolute best person you can be, not only for yourself, but for the people you love and care about most. Good morning, everyone. Today, we're talking about the two versions of people below in the banner, so we will get to some questions you can see in the banner below. But today we're talking about these two versions of ourselves. And yes, is the human mind more complex to this? Yes. But I think using this framework really makes it a lot easier for me. I like this metaphor of the hero. So let's get hero onto the board, and then the coward. So we have the hero and the coward within us all. I was watching the Hobbit movie over the last weekend from the Lord of the Rings series, and it got me thinking, like, yeah, there is kind of this hero version of us, and then also reading some of Carl Jung's work on just there's a shadow behind us all, and it's what maybe we can go through some examples. This will help clarify. So the hero is the person who wants to help others. Help others. The hero is the person, the version of us inside of us that wants to achieve, that has goals. That version of us that wants more for our loved ones. I got to get better at drawing hearts. My hearts always look like little butts, but okay. More heart. More for the loved ones we want. So these are some examples of the hero. The hero is the one that can say no. This one is huge for the hero. The hero's their ability to say no. And so what would be the coward side of us? This is the version of us that comes out when we are unable to say no. We'll start with that one because that one's the big one. So this comes in all shapes, sizes, flavors, folks. This saying no, the coward in us, whether it's at work, we're unable to stand up for what we believe is right. We're unable to really give a clear understanding to our coworkers of how we feel, what's going on. We can't say no to people who are draining our energy, who are taking away from our lives. We can't say no to food. We can't say no to alcohol. We can't say no to nicotine. We can't say no to marijuana. We can't say no to the things that are getting in the way, the roadblocks, saying no. So these cowards have roadblocks. Roadblocks determine their fate. Oh, this is how it's always been. How it's always been. The cowards always have stories. Have you ever had a story? These are all personal experiences too. I mean, I have this. I used to have this story that I couldn't. I can't have kids. I can't be around children. I can't be doing these things because I don't like kids. It's just not my thing. I don't do that. Um, Yada yada, all these other stories that coming up, and it was just an excuse for me to not be like open or comfortable with some things that I was dealing with from the past. So stories that come up, we can think of just like limiting beliefs. You know that that talented person who they could do what they want to do. You can see it. It's very clear. Like they're either really good at writing or speaking or athletics or just communicating with people, but they always beat themselves up. These limiting beliefs keep creeping in. These limiting beliefs keep creeping in. I think also under the coward list is something that is cowardice that I've been really working on is being closed-minded. You see this a lot in politics today, and it's really unfortunate. Shout out to Profiles in Courage. This is a book that JFK wrote. It's a Pulitzer Prize winner. Awesome book. It just goes through a bunch of politicians in history, whether it's John Quincy Adams or a lot of these senators who played a huge role in the Civil War that I had no idea about. Either way, lots of really badass people in the book, and they were very open-minded and very principle-based. So maybe under the heroes, we can say that we act off of our principles. We act off of principles. Act off principles. In that Profiles in Courage book, courage, heroes, we can think of that. So these people were getting bribed with money. They were getting their careers. There was, this one senator out of Missouri. They told him, yeah, his political career would be done. He couldn't become president. He couldn't do this just because he was standing for a bill that he believed. And this was around the 1850s, the compromise, when a lot of the Western territories weren't sure if they should be slave states, they should be free to vote, or if they should be free or in the union, and all this chaos and yada yada. But either way, acting off of principles and not doing what's best for our self-interest. A lot of cowards, or the coward version of myself, is when I am only self-interested, selfish. So I want to ask you today, how do we want to show up? Let's go through a few questions before we start marking up the board any bit more. Okay. So some questions that help me journal about this topic. These are just maybe writing prompts. Maybe you can pause and come back to this video. You can write them out, whatever. They're just like good, fun, open-ended questions. I would ask you, how do you want to show up today? Do you want to show up as a hero, or do you want to show up as a coward? Do you want to show up as the person who gets the workout in? Do you want to show up as the person who is healthier? Do you want to show up as the person who's working hard towards their goals? Do you want to show up as the person who can say no to indulgences? No, not right now. It doesn't have to be no forever. I don't have to give up pizza forever. But if you're really struggling with your weight, what do you really want? Do you want mouth pleasure, or do you want to look better? These are some things to just think about. And I would ask, the next question is, what do you want to accomplish? What do I say these in I context. It's, say if you're communicating with somebody, I sometimes do this myself. Try not to preach at people. I get it. We get passionate about the topics we're interested in, but I can just say, I really want to accomplish this. I want to accomplish this. I'm really excited about this. What do you want to accomplish? Just a little pro bono for a healthy conversation. When you're trying to get people to make change, sometimes the defenses go up. The coward's got a whole line of defenses lined up. So be careful of this. This comes up with people when their coward starts to show out. The defenses go up. I can't do this. Yeah. Either way, whatever. So you say I, and then you ask them to go. So you lead with vulnerability and then give them an opportunity to be vulnerable too. Either way. So this next question for the journaling is, what do I want to accomplish? I want to grow a big coaching company. I want to grow a big real estate portfolio. I want to be the best boyfriend possible for my partner. I want to be a really good family man. These are things that I want to accomplish. And being a coward doesn't align with that. So really just maybe writing down what are the things that you want to accomplish, and then being real with yourself. Are the actions that I take today going to give me a real shot to accomplish the things I want tomorrow? Is that true? Is that real? It turns out Rome wasn't built in a day. It wasn't. Took some time. And I think being a hero is being our own coach, being supportive to ourselves. I think that does tie into this really beautifully. The last one I would want to do, last question I would want to ask, and this question made a big impact on me when it came to indulgences, such as food is a big indulgence for me, alcohol, and nicotine. These are the three things that I've had a hard time with. Eating late into the night, eating less than less than an hour or two before bed, very, very hard. I like having a couple beers. Sometimes it's hard to say no. And smoking weed or ingesting nicotine products have been hard for me to say no to in the past. And I like this question when I was thinking about it. Is this worth the short time I have in this life? Is this worth the time? And the question might be yes. I'm going to Chicago for St. Patrick's Day with some of my friends I haven't seen in forever. Really excited about it. It's going to be a blast. Me and my girlfriend are going to meet them. We're going to take the train in. They turn the river green. It's this whole thing, yada, yada. And I'm going to be, drinking some beer, and I'm okay with that. That to me is worth my time in this life. But to be crushing them left and right all the time, staying at home or doing this like 3 or 4 times a week, absolutely not. I do not believe that is worth my time. I think just taking the time to reflect on that and to think, is this really worth my time? I think about that a lot with smoking pot. So when I smoke marijuana, I can't read very good. A lot of weed advocates don't like to hear this, but well, I can only speak from personal experience. I am dumber when I smoke weed compared to when I am sober. And I have a harder time reading, say, like that JFK book, Profiles in Courage. JFK's got, strong vocabulary and writing skills. It's a good piece of literature. And those are a little harder to digest when you, like, literally your hippocampus or this is from Andrew Huberman. He talks about how that part of your brain shrinks and it's like harder to process information and stuff like that, yada, yada. So I'm sure there are some people who can read when they smoke pot. I'm not one of them. So is it worth my time to do that and miss out on the books and the literature and the ideas that I can come back and I can share online on my morning show, that I can really help transform my perspective so I can be the hero that I want to be, so I can show up the way I want to show up, so I can accomplish what I want to accomplish, and I can give time to the things that I believe are truly worth it. These were just 3 journaling questions that you can come at any time when you're trying to decide whether you're going to be the hero or the coward today. Let's do a little wrap up and some highlighting on just, again, some situations that we might run in. So today you might run into where someone needs your help. Are you going to be a hero? Or are you going to be a coward? Helping others. So achieving your goals. What is your number one goal? Is it to lose weight? Is it to make money? Whatever for your business. Will you be the hero or will you be the coward achieving your goals? Are you going to help loved ones? Helping others, helping yourself. Are you going to be the hero or the coward? Saying no. I'm triple circling saying no because this one is so hard. This one, I believe, is the true definer of whether you are being the coward or are you letting the hero win. Who is representing you today, right here, right now? So saying no to that unhealthy breakfast, saying no to eating some crappy lunch that makes you super tired and unproductive of the day, saying no to indulging in podcasts and YouTube videos and nonstop social media when that's not helping us get the work we need done. Saying no to these things, I believe, can be the true difference whether we show up as the hero or the coward. On the coward side, are you going to let the coward stories, limiting beliefs, and closed-mindedness keep you from living the life that you want to live? These are conscious choices. This is one of the greatest things about being a human being, is that we have choice. We have the choice. And will we win them all? Will we be absolutely perfect? Hell no. But we need to make one step in the right direction, right? So if we haven't worked out in a month, but just a couple minutes today, just a couple minutes saying yes to the hero within us. And being a hero is relative. It's your hero. It's what that means to you, right? The things that you want to accomplish, the things you want to do, the time you want to spend on this earth, right? That is up to us. So this version of us is going to be different for everybody. But having the clarity on it and having the answers and the perspective, I believe, it's what's going to make this truly possible. Turns out just thinking about this stuff over and over and over and over again and not taking any action would fall into the coward category. And this is, will I be a coward sometimes? Sure, right? But I think this is where it gets a little deeper, I suppose. I acknowledge that I'm not going to be perfect. I acknowledge that not everything I'm going to do is be a hero, but I also I'm not willing to spend so much of my time overthinking and beating myself up and doing all these things I've done in the past that really just made me suffer a lot unnecessarily. The world kept spinning and I was just sad. It's like, there's so much reality to that you don't have a lot of time, and that it's really up to us. It's up to you. I can't be in your head 24/7, or I can try and be a cheerleader every weekday morning in the on this morning show, but at the end of the day, your accomplishments, how you really show up and interact with people, and what you give your time to is what's going to make you feel fulfilled. So good luck to you, soldier. Let's be heroes today. Let's be a better version of ourselves. Let's have some fun. Let's not take, I think heroes do a good job of not taking life so seriously. So seriously. It's, I do that all the time. I'll get all riled up. It's got to be this way. I got to be doing that. And if it doesn't work, then I'm not enough. I can't feel good today. I didn't get this done. Is that true? Or is that another coward story that's being played in our heads? Loving, accepting, surrendering to the moment, being here right now, being with the people I care about, really paying attention to how much depth, whether it's the birds singing, you get to see some water moving, or you're just walking on your legs that work. Not everyone has that pleasure. When we're just seeing the novelty and the beauty within this life and primal society, it's nuts when you're willing to peel the layers back. What I'm really saying is, if we're going to take the time to beat ourselves up, let's play it both ways. What's the hero look like? What's this action look like? What are the true potentials with that? How beautiful can this really be? Whether it's the food you're going to get to eat, the food you're going to get to cook, even the fact we can go to grocery stores, or maybe you get to go hug and kiss a loved one at least one more time. Everything's temporary, everything's impermanent, and I just want to spend my life doing things worthwhile, man. And it's what that means. The answer to that question is, it's to each our own. We got to answer that ourselves. So when are you going to be when are you going to be the hero? When are you going to show up as the hero? And are you going to be able to catch this coward that comes out. Catch that little voice. Oh yeah, you can eat that donut. You know, you can, or oh, it would be a perfect time to work out later in the day. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And is that how you really want to show up? Is that the hero within you, or is that the coward? Cheers to that. That's all I have today, folks. Thinking about whether we want to show up as the hero or the coward today to be the best version of ourselves. But you guys have an incredible, incredible Tuesday. I got a couple of coaching sessions here, so I got to bounce. But you guys check out the show. Share this video if you thought someone you know could benefit from it, whether they want to be a hero or a coward today. And I'll be live here again, bright and early, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, with another episode of the Talk to Your Morning Show, episode 476. So you guys have a great day. Cheers to y'all. Peace out. Love y'all. I'm out.